Miranda.
Hi.
How are you? Are you good?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm sorry to hear that you guys got robbed.
Hey, you know the Nyaupe guys and the Inyoga. There's,
Oh man, what a country are we living in?
I don't know. Everyone needs a job these days. Can't.
Yeah, that is really true.
Mm.
So far, how's your morning? Before we go to everything else, how's your morning so far? How did you wake up? Are you feeling great? Are you feeling amazing? Has God blessed you this morning?
Um, Me, I'm a morning person. So right through the morning, I start chattering, good mood. I'd rather you see me in the morning than you see me in the evening because in the evening I do this.
Your pants.
But yeah, a good morning. My baby had a great night's sleep for those that know and my family and that follow me and my family. So I'm actually alive this morning because ulele kahle unana.
Yes. All right, then let's just get through everything that we said we're going to get through. Everyone, welcome to Insta Lives with the Great. Today we are actually interviewing one of the greatest to ever set foot in the industry. It is Miranda Njanga. So you all might know her from her stint on Chesa as Latoya, but she hasn't been acting in a while, but she's doing something that is very amazing for the acting industry, and we are going to touch on everything that she has been doing. Our first question on today is that in 2012, alongside your friend, which is Zindi Zungu, you opened an acting college to ensure that aspiring actors have the necessary skills to succeed in the industry. What was the main motivation behind that?
So, being a creative myself and wanting to enter the industry, I went to varsity. But going to varsity, I was taught obviously the elements of performance, right?
Yes.
In the industry. But I wasn't well informed in terms of what happens within the industry in detail. So I found myself I was going in the industry going, okay, I need to figure this out. Oh, okay, I need to learn this. So I was asking people for advice, people that are in the industry. Because when you enter the industry, you're a scholar still, right? Until you're able
Yes.
to rank with the best. So then myself and Zinzi, when we left the company that we were working for at that time, and we decided to start the agency, we were just like, you know what, there are a lot of actors that are ill-informed about the industry. Either they are ill-informed or they are uninformed. So a lot of us actors are making it up as we go because we've got the talent. We don't focus on happening behind the talent. So the job, how do you get an agent? How do you manage yourself as a business, right? Most important. So that's really what motivated us, was to try and educate the performer to make sure that they are self-sufficient in terms of the business itself as well, not just the performing arts.
Yeah, you touching on that is actually quite interesting, because most of us out here just know acting as seeing people on the screen. So there is actually more behind that than what we see on the screens.
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, when you go to the bank, right, and you're about to deposit, I don't know, chelete of whatever sort, what you see with the bank teller is not the end of it, right? Behind
Yes.
the teller is them having to record keep, make sure that your money goes to the right department, making ordered right, all of that stuff. It's exactly the same thing with us as performers. What you see on television is the end product, literally.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
A lot that happens before it gets onto the screen. So let's maybe try and break it down. So there are a couple of things. Your agent will send you as an option for a casting, right? Depending on what brief they
Yes.
You
Yes.
then requested by a specific casting director to attend that casting. Your agency makes sure that the communication comes back to you. You then attend the casting, you prepare, etc., etc. Hopefully, you book the job. When you book the job, it's to make sure that the contract that you're signing is the correct one, or the contract agency is signing, because most of the time, as a performer, you sign up what is called a power of attorney. So a power of attorney is something that gives the permission for the agency or your agent to sign on your behalf, because obviously they know the terms and conditions as to what happens within the industry and what kind of contract you should be signing. So because
Yes.
power of attorney, they sign that contract, and hopefully it's the right contract. And then from there, you do a table read, which is like a rehearsal where all of the actors sit around the table to try and see the chemistry between each other. The wardrobe call, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens before you actually get onto set. Reading a schedule, a schedule or something called the day out of days is also super important. You know, I see
Yes.
few people here that are actors as well, so I'm hoping this can also give them some tips as well. But yeah, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes, and the reason why we started business in terms of the management of the talent and the college was to try and educate the performer just a bit better.
Which is absolutely amazing, because some of us just think like, hey, I'm going there, I'm gonna act, and I'm gonna be big. That's all that we're thinking. That is honestly all. Okay, here's another question. Now, already having a management company yourself, do you now feel like the South African arts industry has progressed or regressed from the past to the present?
Look, that's a tricky question, right? Because if you ask a performer this kind of question, they'll be like, I don't think anything has happened, right?
Yes.
But more steps have been taken to try and improve the industry and to try and improve how the performer is treated. Not necessarily the performer is compensated, right? Because the Performance Protection Amendment Bill has not been signed by the president as yet, right?
Yes.
Industry as a whole, we are not regulated. What that means is, as a whoever's shooting this film, right? I can offer the performer any amount of money I want and ask them to work money, and the performer has a say to say yes or no. So unlike other industries where it's regulated, where you can go, okay, this is the minimum fee that you pay this actor because of right? We don't have that. It's just willy-nilly. So in that sense, we haven't improved yet. There's still a long way to, in terms of how the terms and conditions that favor the performer, in terms of compensation for the performer. But also just stardom in South Africa is something that's not taken seriously, right?
Very true.
I wish we could get to the level where the legends in this industry and the people that have worked to the level that they have, that are considered stars and super celebrities, that is put into consideration as well when a booking is made for them. But
yes,
are being taken, you know, to try and make things happen for actors. Like, we have more work right now, which is great, because streaming channels, there's more work for actors. Actors are able to go to more auditions, which is great, which is what we want. We want to have our actors employed and for them to stay employed, you know.
True.
Just sign that Performance Protection Amendment Bill. It would help immensely.
I hope they do very soon. I hope they really do very soon, so that we can have regulations when it comes to actors. One person is asking a very important question, right, Chase? He says, how important is it to have a theater background before you can progress to the screens? It is says same way. She's asking that question.
You know what? I'm glad she asked that question. I am of the old school, right? That's a foundation in theater creates better opportunities for any other sort of acting. And if we also look at it, theater is not necessarily a dying medium, but it's slowly slowing down in terms of theater. I call it a dying because true performers are theater performers most of the time, right? So screen is taking more prevalence and taking and going ahead with screen, etc., etc. But I believe that theater is where you start, because if you start big, because they say theater performers are big, right? Big always go small. You can always bring it down. But when you start small, as a screen actor, it's difficult to now up your performance and make it big for stage, you know? So I think theater is an important element to an actor's tool.
Yeah, I'm already seeing that. It's Viper JSCSA. He says he's an actor. So I'm just gonna go straight to the question of how can he enroll to become? Because he says we must try him out. So how can he become part of Star Quality Performance College, and what are the necessary requirements needed to become a part of Star Quality?
So I want to put a disclaimer before I give these details out, right? Because people
Yes.
in our DMs in the Star Quality
Uh-huh.
personal page. It's important to understand that as a performer, when you're applying with an agent, right? It
Uh-huh.
agency does not want to take you, but it depends on the capacity that they are able to handle at a specific time in a specific,
Yes.
whether it's your age group, whether it's your height, whether it's your weight, whether it's your languages, because there's different categories. I always say that ask me, why do you always say no to us, right? And I say to them, we are let's make an example. We are a spaza shop, right? And
Yes.
spaza shop, the highest demand is a specific product. Let's say it's this case, this glasses case, right?
Glass case, yeah?
Yes. I stock this and this is not in demand. I'm not going to make money. But if I stock,
You're losing, yes.
depending on what is in demand, this product will make money and I will make money, right? Whoever invented this.
Yes, it's demand and supply.
And supply, it's exactly the same thing with an agency.
Yes.
Your talent is what speaks when you walk in the door, when we book an appointment with you, right? When you send us a self-tape, it's important that we see your work and your experience, that you can do this. But just besides that, we only can take on what is in demand, and we can't take on too much of it, because then what's the point? Not everybody's going to be buying this specific product.
Yes.
So just in a practical sense, people need to understand that. But besides that, to answer the question, so our applications department takes bios. So you don't have experience, but there needs to be talent, serious talent, guys. We're not talking someone that thinks acting is just a game, right?
Yes, yes.
We're going to ask you for a self-tape. We're going to ask you to act. Some people, when we ask them for a self-tape, they're like, I'm like, hey, this is acting, you must act. Yourself, your languages, your age, and a short bio. Should you have done any acting work? I don't want to know if you've worked with Checkers, guys. Just no relevant.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
And send it to apply at starquality.co.za. Please do not DM me. Go DM the Star Quality page.
Is there any fee that a person needs to pay in order to get into Star Quality? Is there a certain fee?
No. So that's also another sensitive point, that a lot of performers seem to get scammed out there, and they get requested 10,000 Rand and all of those kind of things. Right? The only fee you should be paying is a fee to put together your profile, right? But
yes.
Profile. So if you already have professional images, and those images are taken well according to the industry terms, let's call it industry terms, then you should use those towards your profile, and you shouldn't be paying anything to join an agency. But that's the only money you should be paying, because technically it's important for you to have a CV or a business card that we're going to present you with, right? And if we don't have that in place, there's no way of signing you.
Beautiful stuff. I'm also seeing one person says, if for instance you're a film and television student, can you submit the work you do at university as experience?
Absolutely. You can submit your high school work that you've done, if you've done theater plays or that sort of thing. Anything counts towards experience, guys, for your CV.
I hope everybody here has gotten a right answer. I hope even Viper says he'll deliver. No problem. If that's what you want, I'll deliver. So I hope that question answered all of their questions and answers that they needed for that. Here's another one. A lot of people have fears when they need to open or embark on a new journey. So was there any fears with you when you wanted to open the college? Did you have any fears that, you know what, this might not make it, or I'm just doing this and I don't know what I'm doing?
When I was younger, I knew that I was going to be an actor and a musician, one.
Yes.
And I also knew that I wanted to improve the industry for performers once I left varsity. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know where I was going to start. Yeah, so I had no clue. One of my high school friends is on here. Hi, Kini. No, I was a tomboy at school, but I had dreams and I had no idea to do all of this stuff. So the nice thing about having dreams and aspirations is that God puts people in your path that assist you along. You know, all you have to visualize it, and utter it with your mouth. Because once
Yes.
you said it with your lips, there's no one. You've told it to your God. God has heard you.
From your lips to God's yes.
Big fears, Elton. I had such big fears. I still wake up in sweats sometimes because I'm like, oh, how am I going to do that thing tomorrow? Because I haven't done it. I haven't walked that path before. Because as an entrepreneur, there are a lot of paths you haven't walked, and there are a lot of paths you have to walk yourself before you're able to get someone else to walk that path, right? They always joke and they say, as an entrepreneur, you have to be a jack of all trades because you are the one that does everything in the company. So that when you hire someone, you're able to see, right? Oh, what better? Oh, there's no.
Asihlangani. Asihlangani.
So I had big fears. I read a lot. We researched a lot, Zinzi and myself. We're still growing. We're actually growing next year into television and film. So we're not only going to be offering performing arts, we're also going to television and film. So we're walking the accreditation path all over again. And different paths. For those that know, if you're just a performer, it's a lot that goes on in this other world, you know. I still have fears. I'm still walking the path. I haven't reached the pinnacle yet. I'm still getting there.
But you're doing an amazing job, man. And before I go to this question that I want to ask you, people want to know a lot about Star Quality. One person is asking if there are representatives within Durban, and then the other one is asking if you are involved in music.
Okay. So we do have a virtual branch in Durban. So we don't have a physical office in Durban, right? Virtual branch because we have a Durban talent section within our agency as well. So for all of the Durban work that happens in Durban, we have a pool of actors that shoot that side. We actually currently have quite a few actors shooting two productions right now in Durban. Oh my gosh! And there are quite a few other productions actually that are being shot in Durban, like Uzalo. We have Tutuga on, and quite a few Durban, etc., etc. But either way, I mean, what was the question?
She was just asking if there's representatives within Durban for Star Quality.
Yeah, we do. So they can send their profiles and things to the same email address, supply@starquality.co.za.
All right. I hope she got that and heard that. One other question that I wanted to ask was, besides the nature of holding the perfect skills as an actor, what else does Star Quality guarantee a young actor or actress?
Look, there are no guarantees in this industry. It's a lot of actors, when they do an interview with us, they'll be like, so what work do you guarantee me? I can't guarantee you any work. I can create opportunities for you. I can create opportunities for you to showcase and for you to show your talent. But I cannot guarantee a job for you. That's between God and you and your path that you're
Yes. That's you.
Of a casting director that will hopefully give you the opportunity for you to showcase. So that's one of the things we guarantee. We guarantee obviously the opportunity to create opportunities for you. We guarantee love. There are a lot of agents out there that don't have a loving environment for their actors, right? Our agency is a loving space. All of our actors, we have a close relationship with our actors. We're not one of those huge agencies where we forget people and forget what we've done and all of those things. We create an open environment space so you're able to express yourself and the direction that you want to take in terms of your career. And we do our best to steer the direction in your career in the direction that you want to go.
So amazing things, amazing stuff. No, hey, you said you're gonna give me a job. Oh, what else do I have to ask you? Okay, that one I've already answered. So what is your message to the men and women of this country? Since we're in Women's Month and we know this country faces a lot of gender-based violence, what message do you have for the men and women in regards to gender-based violence, as well as it being Women's Month? Do you have any messages?
You know what, Elton? There's no right answer to that question. Let me tell you the honest.
Yes.
There's no right answer to that question. But I am of the notion of a couple of thoughts, right? As
Mm-hmm.
females, boys and girls, it's important for us to understand how we operate with each other. So
Yes.
how we communicate and converse and socialize. Let's call it socialize, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, it starts at home. Right now, the issues we're faced with, whether we like it or not, there's not a lot we can do about what's happening right now. But what we can
Yes.
is change the trajectory for the next generation, right?
Mm.
What I mean by that is this. I'm raising two boys and most recently a girl, right? It's their father's job, their uncle's job, their brother's job, their cousin's job to teach these boys how a female is handled. I
Yes, ma'am.
I say to them, don't hold me like that. I'm a lady, right?
Yes.
Vice versa. It's important for me as a female to understand the complexities of a male as well, right? It goes
Yes.
both, it's whether we like it or not, gender-based violence is both male against female and female against male.
Yes. Yes.
But it's how we are raised in the homes that we are raised in. How are we being raised and how are we being taught to handle the other gender? Most importantly. So my hope is
Mm.
that the trajectory for the next generation is created a bit better so that we are able to change what gender-based violence is now.
Mm. You just hit it on the nail, like literally on the nail. One thing that I wanted to ask you is, are there any inspiration left for you to succeed?
Oh, there's a lot, Elton. I live a very passionate life. I say this to everyone all the time.
Yes.
I'm not passionate about.
Uh-huh.
I've got a lot of inspiration. Someone asked about music. I'm still a musician. I'm working on my music at the moment. So
Uh-huh.
to release that and to grow in that area some more. I mentioned the college. It's growing into becoming a television and film college as well as a performing arts college.
Yes.
Grow
So let me
more.
just grab my charger real quick. I just want to
Yes.
grab my charger real quick.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yes, I will just do this whilst I'm listening.
Yeah. So I think it's just important for us for me to know that there's no limit to my dreams. I wake up every morning,
Uh-huh.
maybe like strike. Woo! I don't know that, but I've still got an aspirations. I'm very young. There's more. I want to create more generational wealth. You know,
Yes.
I want to make a difference in people's lives. My purpose is healing the spirit and making sure that people live a bit better than what they right. So yeah, who knows? There's lots to do, and there's lots of
Still a lot of work to do.
yeah time. But
All right. Here's another one. Which names that Star Quality has represented that are currently within the industry?
oh my gosh. Okay, I've got quite a few. Don Tandega King, Sibonile Ngubane.
Who? Don't King. What? For reals?
Eh.
What? That is
Umbali
a big name.
Mbali Maphumulo, Nelisa Mchunu, Tutuga Mtembu. There's a lot. Young actors, Siamo Mulu is with us, Bahle Hadebe is with us. Oh, you know, as far as I'm concerned, is with us. Babu Vusikhali.
Yes. Yes.
Nefisa is with us. There's quite a few people on television at the moment that are with us, but we're not necessarily, we don't want to be considered a celebrity agency.
Uh-huh.
we're just an agency that wants to make sure the performer feels appreciated and can work in a safe,
Yes.
literally.
Yes.
So we
Mm.
have new faces on our books as well. Let's not get it twisted. So for those that are feeling intimidated by things, don't feel intimidated. We have people that have studied that are new. Olani May is also with us. There's a lot of, sorry guys if I'm not mentioning you all.
I wanted to ask, if let's say that I'm already within the acting industry, but I feel like, you know what, Sis Miranda can help me with certain things, and I'm already established. Do you have such people who are already established as actors, but they feel like, you know what, there's something that Miranda school that teaches more? Do they also come?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have different courses that we offer, right, within our institution.
Uh-huh.
We have short courses, we have online courses, we have private courses. So the one that you specifically would be referring to, if I'm a well-known person within the industry, I don't necessarily want to be in a group with people that are starting out.
Uh-huh.
We have a private coach as well that privately prepares you for whichever role that you want to prepare for.
Yes.
Then we have obviously the beginners, intermediate, short actors program. We have a kids program as well. We have great kid actors that have been successful in the industry. And so we do have a 12-week course for them as well. And then we have the accredited program of obviously that's 1 year. If you're an actor and you want like a certificate that says accredited, we have a higher certificate that we offer as well. We give different performers. This is the home for actors. That's really what it is, a one-stop shop for actors.
Mm. Amazing, amazing. And then there's something that I just wanted to post to you before we close everything off. There's one thing I just wanted to post to you. There was a tweet. It was a very lovely tweet. However, I disagree with it because of the fact that what it was saying. A lot of people feel like the Nguni tribes, Zulu, Xhosa, is the one within the acting industry. There is one tribe that is mostly focused on that production only looks at Zulu speaking people as well as Xhosa speaking people. I would love to say no, they're lying, because we have Skim Sam that is doing the most, having people that are speaking Pedi from Limpopo. So do you really feel like South Africa only caters for the Zulu and Xhosa speaking tribes and the other ones are left? I disagree. I disagree.
I do think we could do better in that area. It looks
Yes.
of audience response, a lot of audience response comes from the Nguni tribes, right? However, if we are looking at the numbers for in terms of the audience response, in terms of shows like Kimsa and so forth, right? There is a great response in the area for like your Movango stuff. But I think we need to think of it from a business point of view as well. As much as we want to include everyone, I think shows
Yes.
have a let's call it a pie chart, right? So you maybe have 80% Guni speaking people, and then the other 20% is a mixture of the other tribes. But
Yes.
I think the industry could do better with in terms of inclusiveness for other tribes and languages as well. But I do understand where people are coming from. I'm not big on Twitter, but I saw that thing being shared on Facebook.
Yeah.
Understand where the frustration is coming from, because 90% of the work right now, and as an agent, I will ask you if you can speak Zulu or if you can speak Xhosa, because
Also, yeah.
is going at the moment.
Amazing stuff. So now I hope you are ready for our Insta Live top 5 questions. It's a game, but since you're a producer and your production and your management, I'm gonna try and keep it as production as possible. So number one, who is the owner of a Black Brain?
Mandla.
Yes, it's Tate Mandla. And number 2, who is the producer of let's see which one of these movies can I think of. No, you're gonna know this one. This one you're gonna know. It's easy. So I have to make it a bit hard. Yes. Who is the it seems like you're already wondering what am I gonna ask you. Who is is the producer of Good Deeds, American movie Good Deeds? Who produces that?
Good Deeds, is that Tyler Perry?
Yes, it is Tyler Perry. And then number 3, The Woman King. There's a South African actor on the movie called The Woman King. What's her name? She also acted on Underground Railroad.
Tusom Bedu and Viola Davis.
Yes, ma'am. And then number 4, who is acting? What's the real name of Zolani from The River? What's his real name?
Lawrence. Yo, what's his name? Lawrence. Hey.
Lawrence Maleka. And then the last one, number 5, the last one. Which American actor is acting as Nelson Mandela?
In which movie?
That's true, but the Long Walk to Freedom.
There's so many Long Walk to Freedom. Idris Elba.
The latest. Let's go. Yes, I wanted that one. Idris Elba, the latest one. So there was Idris Elba. I think there was also Samuel L. No, not Samuel L. Is it Samuel? Yes, I think Samuel.
Freeman, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman was also one of the actors that killed that one. Yes, those are the top 5 questions, and you got all of them right. Is there anything else that I did not touch that you would love to just touch? And is there any message that you would love to give the people?
You know what, guys? We have one life to live. Literally.
Yes. Yes.
Life is too short to doubt yourself and your abilities. You know, no society teaches us, oh no, this person is great at that, so therefore you mustn't go in that area. Hey, go in that area, give it a try until you personally feel like maybe this is not for me. Give it a try.
Yes.
Don't have that abazotini syndrome, because
yes,
you could do to yourself as a person. I mean, I don't care what people are going to say, hey, because you don't pay my bills.
You don't.
You don't pay my bills. So I'm going to try it out and see. If it's not for me, it's fine. It's okay. I'm moving on. Then I would have learned my own lesson, not a lesson that you were trying to teach me. Yes. So my message to everyone is try and live a fearless life. Live your day, I mean, your life day by day by just building one goal on top of another. Don't try and be Gonzalez and try to get to the top in 2 days. No, take it one day at a time, and I think one day you'll be able to see yourself at the top as well.
Miss Miranda, you are fantastic. From being Latoya on Chesa to opening a company for acting people, you are the best that has ever graced our screens, and thank you very much for joining us. This was beautiful, and I hope that one day I can say I come from star quality, you know. Because I really do hope that one day I can act. I'm gonna try, you know, but yeah, hopefully one day I will have come out of your hands and being groomed by you. Thank you very much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you so much for people that came in and also sat in on this chat, guys. I really appreciate it.
We really appreciate you as well. From everybody, this is Insta Lives with the Great. Don't you ever forget to put the great before my beautiful name, or else it is blasphemy. By now, y'all should know my slogan. It always is: stay real, stay talking, and forever stay awesome. Miss Miranda, we will chat again.
Thank you, Elton.
Bye.